Who's to blame for African migrants being sold as slaves in Libya? European countries rushed to help Libyans get rid of Gaddafi, but quickly abandoned them. How can illegal migration be controlled in a failed state?
So we got to travel with Musa to this Avash homeless shelter where a lot of people come here and get to just sleep off and play some games, socialize and shower off and take care of their hygiene, take care of themselves, just get to rest before they go out in the cold or heat again. We are not allowed to interview any of the staff. However, we were allowed to just visit and film around and maybe talk to some of the people who are here. So let's see what we can do. As you can see, we have some people who are here to register so that they can come visit here regularly. And you can see there, the project has been supported by the UN. So I'm very happy that they're doing something for the people here who don't have anywhere to go. In here we have like a mini little gathering where they get to sit, people playing games and just, you know, get to think of something else rather than hunger. We have a little bit of a classroom where people get to browse on the internet. I can spot over there that we have some Muslims praying over there. So they have a little corner where they can just, you know, pay their respect to their gods. I don't want to film them while they're praying. Yeah, they have a spot for everything here, and at least they get to. Oh, so the days of holidays.
Wow. It's not really some holidays not the hot up. So they may take a paper de them few. So if you know like nekul summertime. No. Don't have from the Brazil nganeka.
What did you say? What do you?
Holidays. This is the they are not here and it's closed, but it's not like a full week. It's different days. So if you can't make it for the 3rd or the 4th, you can make it for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Not like the other one where we just visited. It was closed for like a full week or something like that. So if you need something during that week, you have to know where to go.
Send telephone number.
Yeah.
And send email.
Okay.
They open from 2:30 to 6:30, but sometimes when the people are too much.
So this is the opening time.
When people are too much, sometimes they'll be here up to like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's good. How was your living situation in Libya?
Libya is very hostile and dangerous. Libya is one of those places where you're just there for a quick stopover, do what you have to do so you can get to the next destination. It's when we got there, we got introduced to a connect who was supposed to help us cross over. But when that time came, we realized that he was just a middleman and that he ended up selling us. And we had to escape that night and fight for our life in order to make the next boat, which was leaving the next day. That's Libya for you.
So just a quick question before you continue. You said that if you guys didn't break out of this storage building that they kept you in, almost like a prison cell, they would have sold you to the next person.
They wasn't able to sell us because what happened is that when we escaped that night, it's like we couldn't even go into town because remember we're foreigners in the foreign land. And the worst thing you can do is get in a taxi because the taxi drivers are all part of the game as well, because what they could do, they could recapture you and sell you on. But luckily one of my friends was there and he had a phone, and what we did, we called our connect again and we told him that we were caught but we escaped, so we're going to come back to the port so we can get back.
But when you say they sell you, who do they sell you to? Not you, but other people that has been sold away.
Yeah.
Who do they sell you to?
Because
the Libyans that lives in Libya.
Yeah.
So they buy the people who gets thrown into cells or kidnapped or things like that.
Yeah.
Or if if you pay someone to cross and they double cross you and you don't get to cross, they kidnap you and put you in a cell or a storage, lock you in, and the next day, if you don't escape, they sell you away.
Yeah, that's what's there, because literally what happened is that once you've been sold and you're captured again, what they keep on doing, they just keep on passing you around. Depending on the prices will fluctuate. They just keep us blacks there. It means nothing to them. They just capture us, sell you to one person, and he'll sell you one, and that person must sell you to another one. And as that goes on, as the trade goes on, the prices just get higher.
Those people become slaves.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that there is a modern slavery today happening in Libya, mostly West African, just trying to cross for a better life. However, you might maybe become a slave on the way.
Well,
Yes, because in Libya, blacks means nothing to them. Literally, a black man means nothing for them. And what makes it worse is that we've got our fellow Gambians that are there, that are helping them, and they're working with the Libyans because they've been there during the Gaddafi regime. They speak the language, they understand the culture, and they understand how things move out there. So they literally help these, whatever you call them, capture these Africans or my fellow brothers, and they'll sell at us.
My name is Lamin Dabo, the Executive Director of the Gambian National Youth Council. We work with young people to curb youth irregular migration, but also through engagement of other stakeholders. Youth irregular migration, or commonly called Backway in the Gambia, is the movement of young people, the mass exodus of young people from the Gambia through transit countries like Mali, Niger, and Libya, with the intention of reaching the shores of Europe. Often, most of them find their destination as Libya, Lampedusa, and other, European countries. There are different reasons why young people are migrating through the back way. There has not been any study, kind of a scientific research, to establish these reasons or corroborate these reasons. But based on my experience working with young people and engaging returnees, there are a lot of reasons they advance as the main factors leading them to move out of the Gambia. There are others who are migrating for economic reasons. They need livelihoods. They need money in their pocket. They need to put food on the table. They need to meet family expectations. These are some reasons that some of them migrate. There are others also who migrate because of peer influence. They have been influenced by their friends. They have been influenced by others who have migrated, and they are, in Europe, and they are communicating with them, and the information they have about Europe. That leads to the third reason, which is false expectation on Europe. There are others who definitely have false expectations. To them, whatever happened, they can't make it here. They only have to go to Europe to be able to make it in life. So to them, Europe is the answer. If you don't go to Europe, you can make it in life. We talk about addressing the fundamental root causes. We understand that hopelessness has been part of it. But again, now we have more space to speak out against the government or for the government, but for our own interests. We can mobilize ourselves and speak out our mind. But beyond that, there are a lot of actions, be it in agriculture, be it in environment, be it elsewhere in the businesses, that young people are doing. Trust me, there is more young entrepreneurs in this country at the moment than any time ever in our history. Every young person, they are doing their best, trying to push beyond the limits. And this we must recognize. But again, we must recognize there are other young people who still need support, who still need to be helped. And government need to do more. What they are doing is not enough. Government should do more to ensure that we get most of these young people. They need their support, because at the end, government is the primary duty bearer to its citizens.
Problem with by they sent me out of camp, and I came here. They are the people who helped me till I get back to my camp.
That's good.
Yeah. Of course.
But what's going on today? It's not open?
No, today is not open. As you can see, they're in like holidays. You see, as they wrote here, 8th of August, they are closed till 24th of August.
Oh,
Yeah.
you speak Italian?
Yeah, of course.
Where did you learn Italian?
Italian in Italian.
Yeah.
Actually, I have not been to Italian school for so long, just 2 months.
Right.
But I try.
And you can read it as well?
Yeah, of course.
So you're doing as much as you can to provide a better life for yourself?
Yeah, of course. Because in Italy here, the problem is for you to stay in Italy here and to have a work, to do such things, you must speak Italian.
Yeah.
If you don't speak Italian, it's like poor.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yes.
They need somebody who speak Italian, another national language like French, English, to be,
So how many languages do you speak?
I speak Italian, I speak English, and I speak a little bit of French.
And then some Wolof.
Yeah.
Do you speak other Gambian languages?
Yeah, I speak Wolof, I speak Mandinka, I speak Jola, I speak Fula.
It's
Yeah, of
amazing. You're multi-languages. You have a lot of talents. Well, I'm happy you brought us here, even though it's closed. I really don't understand how how you can take a break from helping homeless people. But however, I'm happy that they do have a shelter like this that does take in people such as Musa himself, who has problems with documents, for example, or just need to sleep or take a shower, to come here where they can get the help they need. But it's tough as well to understand that it's closed when there's no break from being a homeless. There's no break from it. Musa, can I ask you what you work with? Do you work?
Right now, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm working, but not every day.
Okay.
It's every weekend,
Right.
and then this work is like helping the community of Milano,
Wow. Yeah.
But in this work, like, they can give me a work also.
So
in
you
this
can
work,
continue
continue
to build on your
Yeah,
life.
of course.
Do you feel like they give you enough money and salary for your work?
No, for this work I'm doing, like, they're not giving any money.
Okay.
In Italy, it's like this.
Yeah.
Before they give you a work, you must like do a voluntary work. When you do a voluntary work, they will check on your work if you're serious, if you respect the time, if you come regularly all the time, and then like they're gonna sign you to continue working.
So what do you survive on?
Here,
Yes.
right now, where I survive on is I live in a camp, in Milano here. That's the camp I live. Every day they give us like breakfast, lunch, to dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you do get money, you help your family back in Gambia?
Yeah, of course. Like every month, end of month, they used to give you like €75. And in this €75, sometimes I do like send 50 to my family, to my family.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
But you get 75 every month?
Every month, 75, yeah.
And you survive on 25?
Yeah, the 25 I put in my pocket and survive on it. To another place, an office like this, they give you ticket to go, but if you have to travel by your own, go to another place, you are the one who should buy ticket for yourself.
So how do you do it with 25
With
euros?
25, it's terrible, In the 25, you cannot use it for more than 4 days, 5 days.
And
then
it's for 30 days because you're
Yeah.
helping your family.
Yeah,
Because that's
of
the
course.
reason why you left Gambia.
Yeah.
So you can help your family. Wow, Musa, that's incredible.
Of course.
I salute you because 25 euros, I think that won't even pay my bill.
Yeah, of course.
But thank you
Yeah,
for meeting
you're
me
welcome.
and thank you for telling me your story.
you're welcome,
Thank you
you're
very much. So, how did you survive in Libya?
Surviving in Libya wasn't easy. It's not easy because if you think about it, some days you wake up, you wouldn't even have breakfast to eat. But imagine, I can't even call my parents back home and tell them to send me $25 or $100 or $1,000 because imagine the boat ride across to Italy is $35,000. So you have to do what you can while you're here to like just make money, because sometimes you can wake up in the morning to go to work with your friends, so they might put you on one site and put him in another site, but then next thing you realize, when it's time to finish and go home, once you get home you realize your friend hasn't got home because he's been kidnapped and been taken away.
Trying to go to work, you can get kidnapped right there.
Trust me.
So you might wake up in the morning, head to work, and not come back.
No.
Because once you've kidnapped you, what they will do, they know who's responsible for you. They'll call that person and let them know that you've been kidnapped, and he has to find your friends or contact your people back home to let them know you've been kidnapped. That's how they try and get ransom money from your parents back home.
You just kind of confirmed that there's a slave trade happening in Libya 2018. As we are speaking right now, there's slave trade happening.
Still.
That is out of my mind. That's crazy.
Say way at say fetch teranga say dom manula